Hello, all my nerd friends out there. This is Mr. Chill here, and I'm here to give you guys my thoughts and review on Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And like I said in my post a while back last Friday, that I went to go see it. I was gonna make a movie today. Make a review about today and thoughts about it, about the movie, how I felt about it. And the movie was great. I did like it a lot. The animation is beautiful. I think, yeah, no animated film could ever surpass Spider-Man. That's just top-notch animation, and the only way to me, to watch is in movie theaters. If you had like a big ass screen at home, high definition, 4K, all that stuff, to experience the animation of Spider-Man, that beautiful art needs to be on a big screen. Needs that high definition 4K. Just witness that beautiful art. Just beautiful art. Love the characters. I got almost the same feeling from the first one. But the story, that's the story and the villain of this story, of this movie, the Spot, and the story in this one doesn't feel like a two-parter to me. That's what got me. Like, do I really have to wait all the way till it already got confirmed that next year, March 2024, March 24th, I believe it was 24th, that it will be released for a to be continued moment of this film. Part three, you could call it, or part the sequel of this movie that's gonna happen. And it just doesn't feel that big to me. Like, I feel like they could have crammed all this stuff and took some parts out of this movie to fit into a one regular movie of Spider-Man. It started out great. I love Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy. Definitely, I love the beginning of Gwen Stacy. Talk about her origin story. Some people may don't know it. What happened to her? Like basically last year when not last year, well, the last Spider-Man movie, we got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, that one. Talk about Peter Parker. Remember, he talked about how big and popular he is, how he went to that downfall, all the York things he did. The Miles Morales, a mentor, he said. He talked about his story in the last one. And some of the other characters I got introduced, they introduced their backstory as well. And I like that. I love backstory, origins, to learn all that stuff. So I like when they do that stuff with some of the characters that are more important to the story. Um, Definitely, Gwen Stacy was nice to see her beginning, her kind of like her problems, her trouble with her father, and what happened to her best friend Peter Parker, her Peter Parker, basically. So a lot that was pretty cool. I like that a lot, and I noticed. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I know IGN posts this as well. That this during the film, a lot, not a lot of it, but some parts of the film that you couldn't understand the dialogue, the words are coming out from the character's mouth. Definitely the beginning in me, because I couldn't understand it, but I thought it was because maybe the way my theater was or something like that. But when Gwen was banging her drums in the beginning of the film, she was having a drum solo. It felt like, and she was telling her story and all her problems, and I could barely hear. I was like, dude, what are you saying? Stop beating your drum. I want to hear what are you talking about. So that's what was problem with me right there. But there were some other parts, but that was the main one I couldn't really understand. Maybe a little mishap in the production in the movie company, whatever. That little problems right there, but still wonderful film. The characters were pretty good too. I love the like the beginning of this film. I really love the whole Gwen Stacy. Then she fighting the Vulture, like the real classic Vulture. That was pretty cool. And definitely when we saw the Spot in India, we went to India. Gwen, Spider Punk, first introduction to Spider Punk, Miles Morales, and India Spider Man. That was awesome. That was a pretty cool scene. I love how they're all trying to save people, how they're trying to stop the Spot. I think that's when the Spot character really was pretty cool at the moment. Um, and that was a pretty cool scene. I love all the art and animation, the action scene right there. And definitely the big one was the whole chase scene when everyone was chasing Miles Morales to stopping him from saving his father. Do the whole basic city where, yeah, this is all where Spider-Man 2099 is from, and they're chasing everyone from the whole city. So that was pretty epic scene right there. But the story like I say, seems so simple. It doesn't deserve a to be continued. Like Marvel Avengers, Infinity War deserves a to be continued, and see the end game, what happened in the end, and when the biggest villain Thanos and the work of that. This doesn't deserve it. Like Spot is, and that's another thing. That's why I like Spot. He was an okay villain, but a one-off villain. Not like a main villain. Like the beginning of the film, you see Miles trying to stop him to form a thief, and he was teasing them. They're fighting. If he caught him right there, boom, done. He's getting to the main villain. He's getting to the main point, and that's what I thought this was. I thought for a second, okay, Spot was done, defeated, and he goes into the Spider Verse. There's some problems that Spider 29 foresees. Obviously, that happens, he foresees that he's gonna cause trouble. Dramatic trying to stop him, like the main story was, okay. But maybe this gets resolved and it shows the real villain and the real problems. Because I want to see all these Spider characters have their own fights, like have fights, their own see their own heroic moments and all this stuff. Kind of like if you guys ever read this, what got me into the whole Spider Verse. I think this what starts the whole thing. This was an amazing story. Dan Slott's Spider Verse story. Go check that out. Like it introduced like a lot of characters in there that we love. That's in this movie as well. And the main villain in that one was Morlun, a crazy, like monstrous villain that him and his family go around the Spider Verse and killing a lot of spiders and draining their life force out of them. And that's how they gain more powerful, more strong. They're hunting down all the Spider Verse characters. And I thought it was gonna be like a Morlun was gonna pop up at the end of this movie, the end of the credits, and that will be the to be continued. Like, dude, we're screwed. They're hunting down all the Spider Verse characters. That would have been epic. I was like, all right, let's go. Let's do this. I want to see Merlin. I want to see all the Spider Verse characters. I want to see Spider Verse versus Merlin's family. Let's do this. Let's do this. That's what I wanted. I wanted that because he's an awesome villain. I love that story. I recommend anyone go check that Spider Verse story. Spider-Man into it's not into, but it's called Spider Verse, and that's the whole story arc. And the main villain's Morlun in there. It's awesome. You'll love it. Has a lot of cool Spider characters as well. Superior Spider-Man. I wonder we're gonna see Superior Spider-Man because he's an awesome Spider-Man as well. Just a lot of Spider characters in there. And that was just amazing. Everyone had a great moments in that as well. And even if they don't want to use the Morlun character for some reason, like all the villains they could use as being the main villain, the antagonist in this could have been like the Green Goblin. I feel like the Green Goblin's like the whole movies. You got like Spot trying to convince Miles, I'm your arch nemesis, I'm your enemy, and he's getting pissed off, and that's what kind of like so this is what turned me off about Spot. Like, dude, you really never killed anyone. You really didn't hurt me that way to become an arch nemesis. I know I made you, and sometimes other Spider-Man made other villains as well, like Scorpion. The reason Scorpion became Scorpion because like Jane Jonah Jameson basically gave Scorpion an alpha and trapped him in there, but to fight Spider-Man. A lot of characters happen because of this. Like I think Sandman as well had a traumatic experience because of Spider-Man and or something like that. But main villain, I would love to see like a whole army of them. Whole like we got a multiverse of Spider-Man. Let's get a multiverse of villains teaming up, or like the Green Goblin. That would have been so sick. Like all the versions of the Green Goblin that are the villains. Like I said, that's the main villain in my book of the Arch Enemy is Spider-Man. He killed Gwen Stacy. That could have been the main story right there. Except for him trying to save his father, he gotta try to save. Like Spider-Man always lose a loved one, no matter what. Like they lose Gwen Stacy, they lose someone they care and love. The first love, the first girlfriend. Like Peter Parker lost Gwen Stacy. That's the whole story, and that's even Gwen mentioned that. Yeah, every Gwen falls in love with Peter, and it ends tragically, and maybe that happens to Miles this time, and he's trying to prevent that from the Green Goblin killing her. That would be pretty crazy. Everyone trying to team up, make sure this Gwen Stacy doesn't die by the hands of Green Goblin, and that will be a cool epic story right there. Right there, this already felt like a love story. How the romance between Gwen and Miles Morales is. That I would prefer Green Goblin. Imagine freaking the voice. Oh, I'm forgetting his name already. I always forget his name. That plays in Green Goblin and all the other Spider-Man. You know, Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man, Spider-Man, um, No Way Home. I forgot. Please forgive me. I forgot his name. Damn. But imagine his voice, being all over, being all the Green Goblins. He's the perfect Green Goblin. In his voice, too, that'll be sick. And getting the Hobgoblins, just a big old Goblin war versus the Spider-Mans, all the Spider-Verses. That would be sick. I would like to see Spider-Man 2099 and Miles Morales team up to take down like multiple foes like that. Maybe we'll get that with the Spot, but like I said, I don't feel like Spot's a main. He doesn't feel like a great villain to me. He's a great one-off villain. He's a great side villain like the Frogman and Armadillo or Grizzly, all these little funny character villains. And that's the reason he's all pissed off. He didn't really do nothing bad. He's just an angry villain saying, "Hey, I want to be taken serious." They had some good moments in the film, but I really don't care for the Spot that much. Spider Punk did awesome. He's one of my favorite characters. He's pretty cool. I love the accent. I love the character he is in this movie, like a rebel and all that stuff. He's pretty cool. I love Spider Punk. Hopefully they make another comic book version of him, or I might think about getting the Marvel Legend figure into the across the Spider Verse figure. Thinking about it because he's a pretty cool character. That's when you know he did a good job in the movies when you want to make your fans go buy a figure from that character. They did a great job. But like, yeah, like this, what a villain feeling I want to be. Kind of like go see Guardian Galaxy. You know, Guardian Galaxy, the third one movie, the High Evolution. That's a villain. I want to hate the villain. I want to feel angry at the villain. Like I want Spider-Man to kick his ass. That's how I want the villain to be like in the films. You know, Spot didn't feel like that. You know, he's a villain I'll probably forget from now on. And hopefully this is not the last Spider film that's coming up. Like this Parker. Usually they only do three, like 3 films is the max. But John Wick did 5, so no 4. Yeah, about 4 or 5. Yeah, I forgot how many John Wick films that. So who knows? Maybe I will get that big old war, that Spider Verse war that Dan Slott made. Morlin. Maybe we get a big old Goblin war out of Octavius. I'm surprised they haven't done Silk as well. Why Silk was in this movie? She's pretty cool, popular character. I love Silk and Supreme Spider-Man. And we haven't got. There's some Spider-Man people that are missing out there. Captain Universe, Spider-Man. Like I said, I guess they're saving for a bigger moment, but that's gonna be awesome. I hopefully we get a cool ass another Spider film after this whole story. Like it was okay. This doesn't beat the first one. The first one was 10 out of 10 classic. To me, this one, this Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is about 8 out of 10. Love the animation, love the characters in here. The story's okay, and just the villain, the main villain of the story was Spider-Man 2099 was supposed to be kind of like the villain in this, but like I said, when you have heroes fighting heroes like this, not trying to really hurt each other, not trying to kill each other, not trying to be a threat really, then it doesn't feel serious in a way. It feels like everyone's misunderstanding each other. They'll become friends in the end, and everything be okay. That's what it's gonna feel like in here. The next one, I feel like he's gonna save his father. He's gonna escape from the evil Morales. That's the problem. That's pretty cool too. I like that a lot. But it doesn't feel like we're gonna see some cool fight scenes. Could win some of all her friends that helped her the first one, the first Spider-Man film, the first Spider-Man animation film, and they're gonna team up, stop Spider-Man 2099, and save Miles' father. And she already knows we already know how they gotta stop him. Just then it got all Spider-Man's gonna team up to stop the Spot. So that's what the whole movies feel like it's gonna end. I felt like they could have done that in one film. They don't need a two to continue. The next film could have been a whole new story. That's what I felt like. But comment below. Give me your guys' thoughts. Give me your guys' thoughts on this film, how you guys enjoyed it, how you like it, how you rank it. Of all the other Spider-Man films I've made, dude, definitely like if I had to rank all the Spider-Man films together, that's a tough one right there. Definitely a tough one. This probably number 5 in my list. The Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse is probably my number 2. Because yeah, man, like the first Spider-Man movie, just that's I said the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire is up there definitely. I really like that a lot. But that animation film, I think that might be number 1 for me. That was just amazing story. That tear me up. His uncle died, Miles Morales' uncle. I fell in love more with Gwen Stacy right there. Loved the Kingpin villain. Kingpin villain even had a tragic story that he did all this. He wanted to get to the and do all these terrible things to get his family back because he lost his wife and son as well. So he's not really kind of like a bad. To lose loved ones that makes you crazy. Definitely, if you love them so much, you try and bring them back. He was a cool villain. He's a known villain. Kingpin was an awesome villain, and you saw the Sinister Six in there too as well, and just so much in all Spiral Neural, um, Peter Parker mentor Spider-Man, whatever you want to call him, just regular Spider-Man. Gwen, all the other Spider-Mans was just awesome. Just mix was great animation. Love them. That was that first Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse was awesome. Love it. So, like I said, hopefully we get that same feeling in the third one. Maybe this, because it's a two Pikachu, didn't feel that special. Maybe we'll get the part two to get the real feel. Maybe when we get the two Pikachu film next year and put these two together, maybe it'll be one great film. Could be. Like I said, it doesn't feel like this movie deserves a two Pikachu movie. Could have been done in one in my book. But like I said, give me your guys' thoughts. Give me all your feelings. Comment below. Give me your guys' thoughts. I like to read them. I want to see if it matches mine. If you really love it, it's a 10 out of 10. That's cool with you too. If you really hate it, let me know why you hate it so much. Comment below. Give me your guys' thoughts. I like to read it. But thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a good day and a good night. And remember, stay nerdy forever. Bye.